Today, I'm going to be making a chicken penne casserole. This is from the December 8th, well, it says display until December 8th, 2009 edition of Taste of Home magazines. These are their best loved casseroles, and I love a casserole. This is what it looked like in the picture, and so that's what turned me on to it. It's like, oh, I have to make that because I love penne pasta anyway. Our whole family does. So it just, the ingredients sound really good. What you need, you actually need quite a few things. You need 1.5 cups of uncooked penne pasta. So I measured this out, that's 1.5 cups. You need 1 pound of boneless, skinless chicken thighs cut into 1-inch pieces. I bought chicken tenderloin, it's fine. You're gonna cut it into 1-inch pieces, it's fine. You need 1 cup of chopped onion, and you need 1 cup of, half a cup of chopped onion, half a cup of green pepper, and half a cup of sweet red pepper. I'm not using sweet red pepper because I had a green pepper and I needed to use it. And so I'm using a whole cup of green pepper and just half a cup of onion. It'll be fine. We need 1.5 teaspoons of minced garlic. And then we need 1 teaspoon of each of dried basil, oregano, and parsley. So 1 teaspoon of each of those. You need half a teaspoon of salt. You need half a teaspoon of crushed red pepper flakes, 1 tablespoon of canola oil, 1 can, 14.5 ounce diced tomatoes undrained. Let me see if that's still the same size. Yep, 14.5 ounce diced undrained. And then you need tomato paste. You're going to need 3 tablespoons of tomato paste, which I haven't gotten out the 3 tablespoons yet. You need 3/4 cup of chicken broth, and then 2 cups of shredded mozzarella cheese. This is 8 ounces, and then you need half a cup of grated Romano cheese. So the first thing you want to do, you want to cook your pasta according to the directions on the box. So you're going to boil your pasta in water, and so I've actually got a pan of water on the stove and I'm waiting for it to start boiling. But while we're waiting for that, we can put our oil in a pan, a saucepan, and then we're going to add our chicken, onions, peppers. Put all this in the same pan. Our garlic, and all those seasonings I showed you. The basil, the oregano, parsley, salt, crushed red pepper flakes, all of that in here. And we're going to cook this until the chicken is no longer pink, until it's completely cooked. And at the same time, we're going to be making sure that our pasta gets cooked. While our pasta and our chicken are cooking, we want to take our diced tomatoes in the juice. And if you have a blender, use a blender. We don't own a blender. We don't need a blender. And so we're using our food processor. But you basically want to take your 3 tablespoons of tomato paste and your tomatoes, and you want to blend this up until it is a liquid. Our chicken is cooked, and I turned it down to simmer, and now we're going to add our tomato and our chicken broth. And we're going to stir this in, and then we're going to let this, we're going to cover it up, and we're going to let it simmer for 10 to 15 minutes, and just until it thickens a little bit. So I've let this boil for 10 minutes. Now you want to drain your pasta, and then you want to toss your pasta into your chicken mixture like this, and then stir it together. So now you need a 2-quart baking dish. I don't know what size this is. Usually we use like a lasagna pan. This is a little bit smaller than a lasagna pan, so that's why I'm using it. You don't have to grease it or anything, but you want to put half of this mixture in here, and I'm just totally eyeballing it. That's probably more than half, but it's okay. It's gonna all end up going in the same place. And so put that down, and then we're gonna use half of our cheeses. So we're gonna use half of our mozzarella over the top. Okay. And then we have, that's good. And then we have half of our Romano, which isn't a lot anyway. Just a little bit of Romano. And then we're going to layer it. We're gonna put the rest of this over the top, and then we're gonna use the rest of our cheeses. We are going to cover this. I have some Reynolds wrap. I'm going to cover the whole thing. We're going to bake it for 30 minutes. Then at the 30-minute mark, we're going to remove the Reynolds wrap completely, and we're going to bake it for another 20 minutes. So I followed the directions. I did exactly what I told you I was going to do. So this was in for a long time. It was uncovered though for 20 minutes. And you can bake it longer if you want to. You just want to make sure that it's heated through. So you could put this on a bowl, in a bowl if you wanted to, but I'm just going to put it on a plate. Make it easier. This says chicken penne casserole. This is my family's #1 favorite casserole recipe. I make it every week or two. I usually prepare it in the early afternoon so that I can clean my kitchen and then relax while it bakes. I should have read that before. I actually did all my dishes while it was baking because it does take a little while. That is from Carmen Vanache in Vernon, British Columbia. There's 4 servings. So if you divide the pan up, 4 servings.
I guess so.
Yeah. All right.
It's still very hot. I can feel the heat rolling over it.
It smells good.
I like the amount of seasonings and stuff. It's not. I tell you what, those red pepper flakes give it a little kick.
And the only thing I did differently was I did not add any red pepper. I just had green pepper. So if you wanted to add red pepper, you could. But I didn't see any point in buying a red pepper. And
it's just going to be little looks anyway. Green peppers and red peppers taste the same. Do you get a heat? Like a little burn in your throat?
A little bit, but not bad.
It's those red pepper flakes. They can be hot. I
like green pepper a lot. And so I really like the flavor of green pepper. Some people have told me they don't like green pepper. Just leave it out. It's not going to hurt the dish at all.
No.
Now I put garlic in this, but I don't necessarily taste garlic.
No, but I'd say it adds to the overall flavor. I really like the textures and everything in here. It is a little spicy though. For me, it is.
Is it too spicy? I think it's just right.
Does it burn my throat a little bit? It burns the back of my throat just a little bit. If you didn't want that, leave out the red pepper flakes. That's what does it. This reminds me a lot, this is going to sound negative, but I don't mean it to be.
Okay.
This reminds me of, there's some frozen dinners I've had that remind me of this.
A frozen dinner.
So it's a chicken penne pasta meal with peppers and stuff, and this kind of reminds me of that same flavor, although this has more flavor. The flavors seem to remind me a little bit of that.
Well, there are a lot of frozen chicken with penne pasta in white sauce, red sauce.
Tons of them.
They're plentiful. I like this. Honestly, I wouldn't do anything any different. I like that kick of red pepper. I am getting it. But for me, it's a pleasant warmth.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't sting. It doesn't burn. It's just pleasant. So I like it exactly the way it is, and I think it's a really nice casserole.
The chicken's really nice and tender, and the pasta's cooked really well. There's plenty of cheese in there to add a little bit of a gooey texture.
You just need to give yourself a little bit of time,
That's
because when I first read the directions, I thought I was going to be putting it in the oven one time and done, and you're not. You're having to bake it initially for, what was it, 30 minutes covered. And then uncover it for 20 or more if you want it darker. So it just takes a little while to do it. But now I had enough time while it was baking to do all my dishes and dry them and put them up. So, I mean, you don't even know anything happened. But I think this is very tasty.
Yeah, and would definitely feed a family of 4.
Yeah, it's saying, well, especially like if you had garlic bread or something like that.
Or something like that.
It would be really good. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.